Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 6 stream. My name is Adam. I'm the Community Manager of Franchise Hockey. With me as always, and not pictured on the screen, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with our Wild Thing 2024-2025 NHL season. And Jeff, things have gotten off kind of crazy since the last time we streamed, which was 2 weeks ago. We went on a run to the Western Conference Final. We lost. And then we had the draft, and crazy things have happened since. So to make it easier, let's just look at our depth chart here. Number one thing was we were about $10 million over the cap. And so it became very apparent we were going to have to make some moves. And so we let a few guys go, and Mac Duquette in the chat. Hey, thanks for coming out. We're gonna have to remake this roster. So if we go to our transactions tab here, nope, that's not right. Oh, my transaction log.
Transaction log.
Yep.
With the sub menu below that one.
Yes, you are right. I see it there now. I missed the button. You can see on July 1st, we made some big moves to try and free up some cap space. Number one, Jake Gardner, who we picked up at the trade deadline last year, I believe. We shipped him out for a second-round pick to dump about $3 million in salary. A goalie who Jeff got us to draft, who turned out wasn't very good. We shipped to Calgary for just a fifth-round pick.
Yeah, you got a fifth rounder out of him.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Yeah, and we grabbed another free agent goalie, Ethan Hayter, who we'll talk about in a few minutes. But we made a couple big moves, 3 big moves. And the first big move you can see here is we traded away Ivan Lodina. Red Friars, hey, thanks for coming out. We had Ivan Lodina, who had played really well in bottom 6 minutes, was making, I can't remember off the top of my head. Jeff, you can probably quickly look this up, but I think it was about $1.5 million. Again, because we're so far over the cap, we have to dump some of these guys.
1.15?
1.15. So we dumped him because we have some guys ready to fill those shoes. So we got a second and third round pick for him from Carolina. We signed a top college free agent, Matt Beniers. I'm not sure how you say that last name. Biners, not something
Beniers,
like that.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, so we'll look and see where he's going to fit to the lineup. Our next move was Dawson Mercer, who we really liked, and we had signed to a contract not that long ago. We shipped him to Pittsburgh along with a 5th and a 7th rounder, and we got back a 1st and a 2nd rounder as well. Hi, Gudu in the chat as well. Miss seeing Gudu there. So we've picked up 2 seconds, a 3rd, a 5th, and a 1st. And then the big move came on July 9th to try and get us more cap compliant, which was shipping out longtime Minnesota Wild Matt Dumba. We got 2 second-round picks for him. After doing that, looking at our depth chart, looking at the free agents available, I added Ethan Bear to give us a guy who could play both left and right side, kind of a 2-star guy, maybe a little bit more potential, but somebody who could fill that gap if we don't have somebody quite ready. And so right away you can see some very familiar names are walking out the door. Also importantly, Craig Leopold sold the Minnesota Wild. And that was not good news for us, Jeff.
Yeah, the new guy, Tommy McKinley, doesn't like us.
No. Tommy McKinley, you can see, is 58 years old. He has very high patience, but he has very low confidence in the GM. As from Texas, if we look at our job security right now.
Wait, so a Minnesota team sold out to an owner in Texas? I can't possibly see that ending badly for Minnesota.
Not at all. But you can see here, our job security just took an absolute beating. Despite the fact we got all the way to the Western Conference Finals, I'm not really sure what's going to happen here. I'm a little worried myself.
I think we'll be okay as long as you don't go into like a serious losing streak right out of the gate.
Yeah, if we get fired here really quick, I'm not really sure what we're gonna do. We we might just have to call the stream there. Uh, but yeah, so we can see a little bit of worry here. So going back to look at some of our new players, we talked about Matt Beiners. We can see here 3-star talent already at 21 years old, coming out of the NCAA, 3.5 potential. So we added him to come play somewhere for us up front. So that should be good with the loss of Ivan Lodina. And we can see some of our other guys are pushing in. Now, our centers, we have some guys who are lower, but I think they're more talented than some of our wingers. Like Riker Singer's probably not quite ready yet. But Francisco Pinelli is probably going to learn how to play one of the sides, or Zach Dean might learn how to play one of the sides. We can see, too, Mazden Leslie is looking like he's going to be on the team. He's pushed his way up, former first-round pick. Ty Emberson might finally be ready to take that jump after a couple of years in the minors. What this means to me is we're probably going to have a fairly good AHL team as well. We only have, I think it is 42 guys under contract, but the question becomes what we're going to do with the rest. And right now, I think we have after all the trades, we have some cap room, but our problem
there are still a couple of defensemen RFAs out there, and we do have some picks to spare. So
yeah, we can look at that. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 second-round picks.
So I'd like to see what happens, though, after the World Cup ends and you get those guys back and see exactly where your cap hit is at that point.
So we can see the World Cup is going on right now, and we have a lot of guys at the World Cup. Both of our goalies, Roman Josi, Daniel Shaka, Lassie Thompson, Colton Parenko. Cal McCarr was at the World Cup but got hurt, so he's done. He's 2 to 3 weeks, if you're wondering. Atu Ratu's there, Nate McKinnon, Elias Pettersson. Here's another thing, too. We got Elias Pettersson is a free agent at the end of the year. We might actually have to let him walk. So the question becomes, do we think about trading him, too? If we trade him, though, I'm scared what our owner's really going to think. But right now, we need to call some guys up because we're at a game. But actually, no. First, let's look at our training camp development report. Like normal, you can see everybody's going up, which is awesome. And most importantly, some of our draft picks are really increasing in stats. Jeff, did you notice anybody notable here you want to talk about?
Just looking at it here. Let's see.
Casper Celine took a big jump, but he's stuck in the KHL, so it's going to be a couple of years before we probably get a chance to
Herrera,
see
the defenseman, looks like he's jumped up quite a bit. He's going to be playing the USHL and probably college after that, so he's probably a good 3 years away before we see him.
Trying to remember. Oh, yeah, he was our, late first-round pick.
Celine, the Finnish defenseman with a Swedish name, looks like he's come up quite a bit, and Foltinik, the Czech guy. When did we draft him?
He was in this last draft.
1.5 stars already.
1.5 stars, yeah.
No, he's a second rounder. He was a little higher than I thought.
Okay. So, yeah, he actually is a little bit higher than I thought. But, yeah, you know what? There's some talent there, and hopefully we'll see something coming from him. But, yeah, so we got a lot of prospects now. We have a lot more picks. So if we find the right move, I think we'll be okay. But so our depth chart, we need both of our AHL goalies. Our poor AHL team is just going to be really hurting at the moment. All right.
One thing you could do is sign that Czech goalie, the number 5 guy. And then once we've got everybody back, you can just return him to his, I think he's old and the right age. Yeah, he is. You could return him to the his Czech team to start the season and put him on loan over there.
No, we can't sign him. We had to sign him before August.
Oh, did we miss the... Yeah, we missed, it was August. Yep.
So Cam Squires can't, even though he's playing really well, we sent him back down to buy a little more
what you
time.
Can do, though, is offer Lajoie, the unsigned junior draft pick, a training camp tryout, so he'll be he's around as a third goalie if you get somebody hurt in camp or
Good
in
call there.
exhibition season.
Oh, so we should add Cam Squires as a. Can we add him as a training camp guy too? No, because we already signed him to a deal.
The two Finnish guys, the left wing and the right wing at the bottom of the depth chart, you can sign both of those. Shin goes in college, so he won't come. And looks like Foltanic has already started with his Czech team. He's not going to come.
I think we're probably okay there. I'm just trying to see anyone else we really need. Call him up. Okay, I don't know how many guys I've actually called up here, so let's take a look. We currently have 36 guys on the roster, so there's 2, 3,
might need a
4
defenseman or two.
No, got all 6 defensemen right now.
I'm looking at the save a little farther back.
Yeah, I said I just started calling guys up already.
Curvin may be worth calling up. He's your number 8 prospect right now, or offering a training camp tryout, I mean.
I have enough guys at the moment, but who was that, sorry?
Curvinen, he was,
the left wing.
He was your first round.
Well, he's only a half star right now, though, so I'd rather leave him in the SML.
Fourth rounder, and he's 3.5 star potential. Kind of interesting.
We don't have him scouted, though.
You would get him scouted if you brought him in, even if you don't actually play him.
All right, fine. We'll call this.
Be useful to know at least what he's.
He has rejected the offer.
Oh, that's weird. He accepted it in mine. Do you want me to cheat and tell you what?
Sure, why not?
No, it hasn't updated yet.
Well, you can advance a day and find out. Okay, we got enough guys anyways to play our game tonight. We're just going to go to our lines and just have them set it. We're not going to pay too much attention. Boy, that is a lineup.
Yeah, good experience for the young guys.
Yes, and actually we lost in overtime, so not bad. As our first game. We never actually looked at that goalie we signed, so I should probably do that as well, because we let the guy we signed late.
I can't remember the guy's name. He was having a good season in the AHL.
He was still available on the free agent list last I had looked, but that was a little
while ago. He was. He is still. But no point in doing it now.
No, we're not with 4 goalies on the depth chart.
Yeah. So the goaltending in the AHL is probably going to be a little weak for Iowa. We've got the one guy who signed out of Clarkson.
Yes,
and Nhl, who was he more or less split time last year.
That was the guy I was thinking of. So what's his star rating? Just fill us in while we.
The new guy, you mean?
Yes, the new guy.
1.5 right now, 3-star potential. Nhl is 1 now, 3-star potential.
Yeah. And he played at Clarkson. His numbers were pretty good, which is why I signed him. But there we go. And we could take a quick look. Ethan Hayter.
Looks like he was a 5th rounder by Nashville, but they didn't bother signing him.
Yes, he's also a Minnesota guy, which is also another reason why I signed him.
Oh, yeah, Maple Grove, Minnesota.
Maple Grove, Minnesota.
Oh, this is why Nashville didn't sign him. They got a bunch of guys
Yeah, 9
on the depth chart ahead of him.
919, 915, yeah. So, kind of a backup goalie. He's a prospect. He could easily fill that good role for us, so salary cap reminder is we need to be over 8.1. Guys want numbers. You can't have that number, so you can have this number. I'm not giving him 8, so he can have 89. Whatever. Ruben Rafikin can have 15. Jack McBain wants 10. But Mazden Leslie already has it. So let's give him 11. And he's okay with that. Awesome. We see a trade here. Boston Bylas. Interesting name. With Andrew Nielsen. A lot of cap movement.
Now, yeah, Nashville dumping another one of the goalies. They've got so
Yeah.
many of them.
Oh man, Mark Giordano. I looked at signing him, but he wanted a 2-year deal for like $4 million a year, and I'm like, for a 40-year-old defenseman,
Yeah, okay.
no.
I don't remember seeing him on the free agent list, though.
No,
He
he
suddenly
just
got one.
got signed in my game here.
Oh, yeah, no, he's still free agent. Only 2 stars, too. Who signed him and what did they pay him?
Buffalo signed him. I didn't look to see what the final payment
Can't
was.
be much. He was only making 3 last year.
It was way more than what I thought he would be worth as a 40-year-old defenseman. I know that. So I did get a chuckle out of that. Like, no, not a chance. All right, World Cup group has finished, which means we might get some players back here.
Who won?
No, group stage has finished, so we got both of our goalies back. What? Canada, Finland, and Russia, Europe are playing now. You asked about Mark Giordano. He signed, let's see, 1 year, 700,000.
No, yeah.
All right. Yeah, he was not. He wanted way more than that with us. Okay, so now that we have our goalies back, we're gonna send some reinforcements back down to our AHL team. And just taking a look here. So Nate Danielson's going to go down because he didn't get up 2 stars anyways. Riker Singer, great name. We're going to send him back down to the minors, or back down to the WHL because he's not quite ready for prime time yet. Ridley Grieg can go down. And anyone else of note? Justin Trepigny. Actually, I still need another defenseman, so he's not going down yet. Okay, so let's send Treelore back down because he's not going to be playing on this team. And we actually might have lost a spot for Riley Sutter as well. If you look, he's still 2 stars when everybody else is kind of moving to 2.5 or more.
Yeah, I just can't seem to get that last half star.
So we're going to put Pedersen in. I'm scared to know what Pedersen wants on his new deal. And game versus Anaheim here. And we actually pick up a win. Awesome. Tyler Parsons, 2-0 shutout. Scored 2 goals in the first period. That's all we need. Bum, bum, bum. And Jordan Binnington just got traded to Buffalo. Interesting. He's kind of moved around all over the place. 3rd team in 3 years. Looks like a cheaper goalie. All right, game versus Tirana. Throw Hunter Jones in for this one. Sim it out, and we lose. Ouch, 4-3. Not great. Not bad, not great. P-Wog's making fun of us in the chat. I don't know if the stream's coming in a little bit clearer. I finally got a better internet connection finally. So
Yeah,
it
we don't also have that
just
delay
like
that we were getting before where you weren't hearing me for like 3 seconds until after I said something.
yes. So hopefully everything looks okay, sounds okay. And if not, let us know in the chat. But I haven't seen anything come up yet.
No.
And all right. Wow, Finland defeats Canada 8-6. Not a lot of defense being played. Wow. Lassie Thompson overplaying for Finland. He plays a whopping 3 minutes and 50 seconds on the ice.
Hey, he still won.
I guess so, but that's not a lot of big minutes there.
Finland, the lineup of Finland's loaded. Barkov is 4.5 stars. Rantanen is 5. Kako's 4.5.
Ooh.
Lina is 4.
Absolutely
Yeah,
just got destroyed by Vegas 5-2. Well, we can be looking at picking up a defenseman if the salary cap stuff makes sense. Trying to find somebody with the right contract is going to be key. And Roman Yossi's out 3 days. Fantastic.
how's Makar's injury?
Makar is starting to skate, but he's not back yet. Ruben Rafikin. I don't really want to. Maybe I should put some guys back in the lineup, huh? Let's take Arnsby out. Throw Stillman. Rafikin's out. Get Shaka back in. Forsmark's out. Let's get Parenko in. Getting a little bit closer to our actual lineup. And overtime loss, 5-4. Okay, then. Ethan Bear scores his first goal. He's really fighting for that spot. Jake Gardner was a +2 with a goal against us. He's okay. Whoa, oh man.
What?
Our big free agent signing,
Oh, yeah, I just saw it.
Matt Miners, just is gone for 4 months after colliding with his opponent. And has a torn rotator cuff. Oh,
So the
come.
bottom center spots just got a lot more competitive.
Oh. Well, that looks like it's probably going to be Jack McBain's to lose now. Nate McKinnon's back, so let's get him in the lineup. Okay, what is going on here? Are we? Okay. With the amount of guys we have left, it looks like we probably actually do have a decent amount of cap room for the moment.
Yeah, maybe have a look at the free agent list.
Well, before offer sheeting somebody, we might be able to trade for their rights easier.
True.
But we can take a quick peek. Okay, so let's look here. With most of our team back short of Lassie Thompson and Atu Ratu, which makes up about another $6 million. Our salary cap currently is at $67 million. So plus 70. We're sitting about $73 million. So we have about $8 million in space. Now we do have some free agents coming up, which is the concern. Because if we look at length, we have a lot of guys, including Yossi and Pedersen, too. Yossi depends on how much money he wants. We could let him walk. Pedersen, okay, what does he want? I'm scared to ask. Okay, he only wants 9.95 for 2 years.
That if you don't sign, if you don't offer sheet anybody, I think that's doable.
Well, it's not affecting this year's.
No, I'm just thinking if you offer sheet somebody, that's going to be money coming next year too. So
Yeah.
you may be in
Okay.
an
Well,
awkward
let's
position at
look
that point.
about.
But
Okay. So
I mean,
let's look at our defense here currently, just so we have an idea.
it's about even with Point, and he's better than Point, and it's 3 million cheaper than McKinnon.
Yeah. Okay. So we have Roman Yossi. Okay. Ruben Rafikin's not going to be on this team, so we're just going to send him back down. He needs some more seasoning. Okay, and that was just $1 million off too. Forsmark's not ready, so he's going down. So that leaves us with Parenko, Makar, Thompson, Shaka, Yossi. And so we do have room for another guy, probably. Right? 1, 2, 4, 5. Oh, 6. I forgot about Emberson. So Emberson kind of fills that role. Mazden Leslie's in there too. So 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we do have 6 defensemen who are pretty quality. So who's available on free agent? Let's see.
Evan Bouchard's probably the best one. RFA from Edmonton.
Let's just look at include restricted free agents. Okay. And Pierre-Olivier Joseph. But yeah, Evan Bouchard. Do we want Evan Bouchard? That's the question. Or do we roll with what we got?
I think you'd probably be okay with that. I'd rather have the cap flexibility later in the season and maybe next year too.
Yeah. I mean, if we didn't have Roman Yossi, I would say, yeah, that would make a lot more sense. But yeah. Okay, let's talk to Pedersen. He wants. I think we could squeak out another year. What if we move him to 4 years and put him? Nope. Let's go the other way. He still kind of only wants that 2-year deal.
I think you can get him to 3 because that's what he's asking for at the start of the save.
Okay, let's just try and throw him to a 3-year deal. Nope, he really wants 2, and now he's starting to get angry. So let's get him signed to a 2-year deal before he gets upset and will refuse to negotiate.
Yep.
Okay. What does Yossi want? He's hurt. He's our captain, though. He wants a 1-year deal for less money, for only just over $8 million.
I would wait until later in the season because he's 34.
Expecting a drop off?
This year.
Okay.
It's not like he's going to get his performance is going to improve significantly this year. So I think you may be able to get him cheaper if you wait.
All right. We're not dressed somebody, so who are we not dressed? What are we missing? I see every spot filled. Why am I missing somebody then? Whatever. Advance a day and look at it with fresh eyes. The good news, I guess, at least with Yossi, he's willing to take less and he's not demanding more, being 34 years old.
Yeah.
So Pedersen has signed the deal. Not as long as I wanted, but okay. So what am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's got to be a forward, so we'll just add point in, I guess. Parsons in, and we lose 5-2 again. This is not looking good. I guess the other thing, too, is Mazden Leslie is... He can kind of play some offensive role there, too.
Yeah, almost a point game in WHL last year.
Plus, we have Cal McCarr as well, signed for another 4 years, isn't it?
3.
3.
This season, 2 more.
This has not been a very promising start to the year, though, I have to say this. Damian Hunt has improved. All right. Tucker Pullman signs a league minimum contract with Dallas. All right, game versus Carolina. And we pick up a win finally again. 2-1 win. Woo.
Last preseason game.
Take a big deep breath as we try and relax. And shake it off. So Riker Singer extends his point streak to 12 and then gets suspended for 3 games.
Oops.
Fantastic. All right, so now with everybody back where they're supposed to be... No, we still have guys away international. Come on.
Check the World Cup. Those guys should have been returned back by now, I think.
Dun, dun, dun.
Gudu asking chat, FHM7's coming along good. Should be able to show you guys something pretty soon. We're just talking about that now, and that'll run into a little problem this week for the match engine, but I think we got that all straightened out now, so
All right.
you'll hear soon.
2 guys on waivers, which doesn't matter if they lose. And there, Finland defeats Europe in the World Cup. So that we were waiting on one more game. Okay, well, no, apparently they're still away yet. Might be another day, though.
Advance it to the next day, and they should return.
I guess that's the other thing. If we want to look at defense, we could probably check waiver wire and see if anyone of interest shows up.
Yep.
Dun, 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 bum, bum. Dun-dun. Bum, bum, bum. Bum. Dun-dun. All right, so we can see a bunch of people on waivers, including UC Saros. A lot of goalies on waivers.
Yeah, looks like he's slipped a bit. He went down to the AHL at one point last year.
Roman Yossi's back healthy. Okay, so let's try and get our... Really? The World Cup's still going on?
Check the World Cup screen. What's it doing?
That's what I'm doing. Schedule. Yeah, there's a game today. All right.
Oh, it's the best 2 out of 3 final, isn't it?
Yeah. Igor As... I don't even know how you say that name.
Afanasyev.
All right. Interesting player. Not exactly putting up a... Oh, wait, that's the NHL. Had 44 points in the NHL.
Nashville sure turning their roster over.
Nashville must have some caps problems.
No, looks okay from what I can see.
All right.
A couple of big contracts, but not enough to put them up really high.
No big defenseman of note. Highest rated one seems to be Sean Dursey, who's been playing with Toronto. 18 games, had 5 assists.
2.5 stars is not bad. Reasonable contract.
Highest potential one is Matthias Norlinder, who's with Montreal. 2 star.
Much higher.
Yeah. But no, looking over this, it seems to be there's nobody who's grabbing my attention saying, you have to get them. You have to have them on your team. So I think, unless you see something here, see some former...
If you want.
What's that, sorry?
Yeah, if you don't see anything.
See a lot of former draft picks from previous streams. Khrushchev, Alan McShane. But nobody's standing out who's saying, pick me, pick me, pick me. So I think we're going to have to go with what we got. And hope we don't lose anybody to waivers either, for that matter. The good news is now, even if we do get fired, there's not that much time left in the stream, Jeff.
I don't think you can get fired that quickly.
Well, we've seen guys get fired like 1 or 2 games into the season, so... I'm trying to remember who was the fastest coach I remember getting fired, and I think it was probably Peter Laviolette with Philadelphia into the season. And I don't remember off the top of my head how many games that was, but I'm sure if you look, Jeff, you could probably find that answer pretty quick.
It was 3 games.
3 games into the season. See, I remember the owner, Snyder, saying it was the worst training camp he thought he'd ever seen. Early Stanley Cup favorites is us, led by Nate McKinnon.
You lost in 7 to the eventual champions last year.
Yes, challenged by Bob Murray's Anaheim Ducks. And Edmonton featuring Connor McDavid. Scoring race will be between Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews, and Minnesota's Nate McKinnon. Well, more guys on waivers today, so let's actually set up our lineup. So Makar still isn't quite ready. So Bear's coming out, Yossi's going in. Chepin, oh, he got all the way up to 1 star. Good for him.
Yeah, he got the extra half star. Good.
Oh.
Should have a big year in the Q this year.
Oh, no, he's down to the A.
Is he? Oh, he's a late birthday.
Yep.
He's actually 20. He's not 19.
Yeah. So, okay, here we go. We have Okay, that's our 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Boldy's in. Ratu's in. Benoit Olivier Giroux. Maybe it's time to move him. Dylan Holloway, Nate McKinnon, Elias Pettersson. Jack McBain has been up and down. Riley Sutter, we're sending down to Iowa. Just hasn't taken that jump we need.
Gonna have to clear waivers, but I think he will.
I don't really see anyone here who else we should probably take out. So the question becomes, okay, Jack McBain we're going to send back down, who's going to be put on waivers. So that leaves us with 23 guys. And so let's get Arnsby in there. So our extra forward then is Benoit Olivier Giroux. Play left wing center. Makar is still hurt, but we're not putting him on an injury list yet. Bear is acting as the actual 7th defenseman. So let's just have the assistant create lineups, and then I'm going to change the times here and actually set it the way how I want. Okay, so we have Nate McKinnon. Yes. Ratu is put on the 4th line. No. He's going to be first line left wing. Braden Point's first line right wing. Second line is Pettersson with Stutzel and Liam Arnsby. Yeah, I don't mind that. Okay, so yeah, let's leave that. Wyatt Johnson, I would rather play. Okay, I got to think here. Can Pinelli play center? So let's put Pinelli on the left wing and put Boldy as our 4th line center. But we got to change Stillman's tactics. So let's do that really quick. Let's put him as a counter-attacking forward. All right, going back to the lines. Jeff, how do you like those? How do you like that lineup?
Which one?
You will see it now. Gudu likes all the potential stars. Sorry?
Line? I thought you said line.
Oh.
The only thing I'm wondering about is maybe having Boldy and Pinelli switched. Boldy finally got his extra star, half star, whatever the one he'd been hung up on last year.
Let's just look back here for a second. Pinelli had 4 points in 6 games.
And he's more of a natural left wing, and Pinelli's a center.
Yeah, well, I figured he'd learn how to play left wing. He is a left winger, or left shot. Anyways, how far what was he on there? He's a 14 at left wing, so he's not that far from being competent at it. And who is the other guy? Boldy?
Yeah.
Can play both. He had 24 points. All right, if that's what you really want. We will try this. Okay, and Maston Leslie, I guess maybe as a, you know what? Yeah, as a rookie defenseman starting on 3rd pairing's probably not bad. Yeah. All right, so we'll do that for now. Jack McBain's sad about being waived. Well, I really like him. I just don't know where he's fitting into this lineup. And players need to be assigned numbers. Zach Dean wants 14. Yeah, sure. Whatever. And we didn't lose any of the guys, so that's fine. Game versus Colorado. This is the regular season. Looking at our job security here for a minute. And we're all the way up into blue. But I mean, that's just the happy to begin with start to the season. So, Jeff, just before we kick it off, do you think we need to make any change to our tactics? Or do you think we're okay?
No, I mean, we did well enough with them in the playoffs last year. I wouldn't mess with that too much.
Yeah. Oh, we did have a couple scouts retire, so I did add a couple of new scouts where I think where they were, but I don't know for sure.
You certainly wouldn't want to drop below 300 scouts.
I don't have 300 scouts. I just have enough to make
295
sure
then.
We're fairly competent as we go. So all right, we have fitness level of almost every lowest guys are 97%, so that looks good. We're going to sim this first game through versus Colorado, and wow, it's actually against our former backup, Akira Schmid. We take an overtime loss though. Mikko Rantanen scores 146 into overtime. Overall, well, not exactly. Wow, Mikko Rantanen scored every single goal. Wow. Okay, talk about getting beat by one guy. I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed.
Yeah, well, 5-goal game and
100 offensive game rating. I think that's the first time we've seen that, Jeff.
So we beat 19 guys in the Colorado lineup 4-0, if you want to look at it that way.
Wow. Again, not even mad. I'm just impressed at that stat. I didn't add any new. I only replaced the ones we had. And if you look at the scouting, Jeff, it's not actually that much.
Okay.
We can go look at it right now. Mikko Rantanen, surprisingly, is leading the league in goals through the first game. Although several guys had 4 goals. Wait, what? Oh, that's points. Okay, that makes one more sense. And we see some more trades as guys get moved around. Okay, let's look at my scouting here for a second. So if we look at, first off, they're all on permanent contracts. We have 2 guys in Western and South Europe, 1 guy in the Western U.S., 2 guys in the WHL, 1 guy in Western Canada, 2 guys in the USHL, 2 guys in the QMJHL, 2 guys in the OHL, 2 guys in the North American Hockey League, which is the feeder league into the USHL. We have 6 guys in Nordic Europe, which I don't think is a lot. 2 guys scouting the National Hockey League. As per your, and by your I mean Jeff's request, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys on the NHL Entry Draft to cover all the more kind of random, obscure European draft picks who seem to be coming. We have 2 guys in NCAA Division 1, 2 guys in La Liga, 1 guy just covering free agents. We have another 8 in the former USSR, 2 guys in the ECHL, another 6 in Central Europe, 1 in Atlantic Canada, and 2 in the American Hockey League. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it's crazy amounts to me. Maybe we could let one or two of the NHL guys go and maybe one guy go in Central Europe or former USSR, but I like to think we're just trying to be thorough. An injured player who got hurt. Oh no, Daniel Shaka got hurt. Medial epicondylitis? Medial epicondylitis. Jeff, what is that?
That's a good question. I think I'm going to have to Google it. I don't remember that one. Golfer's elbow.
Golfer's elbow? Golfer's elbow?
Yep.
What? All right.
Apparently he doesn't have a lot of faith in their playoff chances, so he's getting an early start and overdid it.
All right, so we put in Ethan Bear for his first game coming in. Game versus Chicago, and we lose 6-1. Oh, my goodness. We put up 50 shots against Chicago, but only score one goal.
And first star, former Minnesota Wild, Nino Niederreiter.
Not during our reign. Ah. Two games and 1 point. Not great. Kind of need Cal McCarr to get back here really soon. Losing Shaka also hurts a lot. I'm scared to look at the job security. But it's kind of like a bright light. I just have to know. Oh, good. We're in last place in the Central now. Fantastic. Cal McCarr has returned to team practice. So he's getting closer. All right, game versus Boston, sim out, and we lose again, 4-1. This is not good, Jeff.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing the owner got a little happier with us towards the start of the season. Otherwise, you'd have a problem right now.
All right, let's look quickly at trading block and see if there's anyone of great interest. John Gibson's on the trade block. Adding a 5-star goalie help us, you think?
Well, sure, but what are you going to give up for him? That's going to be expensive. He's
One of
also 31. How much money is he making?
It's a great question.
You've got two really cheap goalies that are pretty good right now.
$6.4 million for the next 3 seasons.
Yeah, and you see the two guys you got now are both making just over $1 million, and one's got 3 years and the other's got 5. So
yeah,
I wouldn't mess with the goalies.
Oh no, someone else got injured. Oh, Matt Boldy got injured, bruised hand. All right, Benoit. Let's see what you got. Getting dropped into the lineup. Can you come and turn things around for us? He can. We finally pick up our first win of the season. Number 1 star is rookie defenseman Mazden Leslie. 1 goal, 1 assist.
Nice.
Absolutely. Picks up his first goal. That's what you like to see. Tim Lowry, OTP, says only pick him up if he can score to the goalie. You know, the thing is, our team is built for defense, and when we have Cal McCarr hurt and have Daniel Shaka hurt, this is going pretty much against what our team's built for. when we get those guys back, I think we'll do better, but we need those guys back sooner rather than later. Fighting an uphill battle. Daniel Shaka ready already. Cal McCarr's ahead of schedule. These are things I like to see, but we're not going to rush him back because that would possibly get them injured faster. Game versus Vegas. One guy's at 67%, but he'll play through it. And we lose 8-2. Oh, man. What is going on?
Maybe those trades in the offseason are hurting worse than we thought.
Again, I think if we had Cal McCarr right now, it would make a big difference. But
Nothing else is a convenient excuse.
Well, we can look at playing slightly different, change our tactics. All right, well, let's try out this theory, though. So let's take Bear out, put Shaka back in, and then so Ty Emberson comes out and Cal McCarr comes in. Oops. Okay, so Mazin Leslie moves over to the right side. Lassie Thompson moves down. McCarr and Shaka. Bounce out those a little bit. Okay. All right. Has Liam Arnsby scored yet this year? Question I forgot to ask. 3 goals. Okay. That's all right. 3 goals in 5 games is not bad for a second line shooter.
Yep.
All right. So those guys are back healthy. Should we consider any tactical changes?
Give it a couple more games, I think.
Okay. I'm just
Maybe take a look at them when we start this over next time.
Half ice overload. What's our job security looking like? Okay, still a little bit high. That's all right. You might need Gibson. Huh. Well, we'll see if we can end here on a high note once we get to our next game. Limping through to a 1-3-1 start is not terrible. All things considered, at least. Shaka says, I am ready. McCarr is primed to return. Finley, all right. As we continue to wait. Matthew Boldy's getting healthy. All right, guys getting healthy. Like it. Maybe we sent the wrong guy down too. Maybe we should have kept Jack McBain up. Oh, we got to play Vegas again? How many times we got to play Vegas? All right, back-to-back games here. Hunter Jones is going in for this first one. Give him a chance versus Vegas, and we lose, although we keep it a lot closer this time. Only lose 2-1. Theo Rocher ends up in Vegas. Braden Point scores, but that's it. And Matthew Boldy is recovered, ready to go, but he won't be at 100%. So we'll leave him out for one more game. Game versus Nashville. We're going to end on a high note, Jeff, I think.
Okay.
And we do. 6-1 beatdown of Nashville. Oh, yeah. Zach Dean, Nate McKinnon, Elias Pettersson, Nate McKinnon, Daniel Shaka, Lassie Thompson, all score. Atu Ratu, 3 assists. Colton Parenko adds another couple, and we can feel good about beating down somebody else instead of us getting beat down. Whew. I feel much better. All right. With that being said, thank you very much for tuning in to another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. We typically stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OTP Developments. All of our streams are archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OTP Developments as well. You can also reach out to us on Facebook, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. On Twitter, we are at Franchise Hockey, where you can also find a link to our official Discord in our Twitter bio. Of course, you can come on down to our official website as well, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner where you can come talk about FHM, out of the park baseball, perfect team, or anything else you'd like to discuss. Jeff, did I miss anything?
No, I don't think so. We'll be back with the Canucks game next week, and hopefully with a little bit more FHM 7 news, which should be coming up shortly for you.
Ooh.
But other than that, I think you covered pretty much everything.
Awesome. So thank you very much, and we will see you all again next week.